All right, get ready to dive into a world of power and passion.
Oh,
And
definitely 80s indulgence.
yeah, pure 80s indulgence. Yeah, because today we are unpacking Rivals.
Yes.
The TV show
Yes.
everyone's buzzing about based on
Jilly Cooper.
Jilly Cooper's sizzling novel.
It's so good.
This show, it's like Dynasty with a British twist.
Yes.
Like, oh, lavish estates, cutthroat ambition, and of course, a healthy dose of scandal.
What I think is so fascinating about it is how it really captures that unapologetically glamorous 80s vibe,
Yeah.
but at the same time taps into something that's so timeless.
Yeah.
It's that magnetic pull of ambition, the thrill of the game,
Yeah.
and that undeniable heat of desire.
It really is like, it's like stepping into a time machine.
Yes.
But, with all those modern twists that keep you hooked,
yes,
we've got reviews, interviews, even some behind-the-scenes tidbits.
Oh, fun.
To really give you the inside scoop.
Awesome.
So, picture this. 1986, the fictional county of Rutshire, a world where everyone is vying for a piece of the pie.
Yes.
Whether it's social status, political power,
oh, yeah,
or the attention of someone utterly irresistible.
the attention, yeah.
And at the heart of it all, we have this battle between two television giants, Corinium and Venturer.
Those are good names.
Think boardroom showdowns, fierce talent poaching,
Yeah.
and enough backstabbing to make even Machiavelli blush.
Right.
Okay, so we've got the backdrop, this simmering pot of ambition and intrigue.
Yes.
But let's talk about the players.
Oh, yeah, the characters.
And trust me,
Okay.
this cast is a force to be reckoned with.
I'm ready.
First, we have Rupert Campbell-Black,
Okay.
played by the smoldering
Oh,
Alex Elf.
it is so good.
He's a Tory minister, a notorious charmer, and the kind of man who leaves a trail of broken hearts
Oh, my gosh.
and maybe a few shattered political careers
Yeah, probably.
wherever he goes.
He's just trouble.
What's interesting about Rupert is
What is it about him?
he's not just handsome. He's got that dangerous edge, that aura of power that draws people in. He's been called the Roger Moore of erotica.
It's true.
And you can see why.
You can. There's a magnetism there that's almost impossible to resist.
It makes you wonder,
Yeah.
is it his confidence?
Is it?
His ambition?
I don't know.
Or is there something deeper, something about his willingness to break the rules that makes him so captivating?
Maybe it's the rules.
And it's not just women who are drawn to him.
Is it the men, too?
Even his male rivals.
Interesting.
They can't help but be intrigued, almost intimidated by his presence.
Right.
It's like he's playing a different game altogether.
He is.
And everyone else is struggling to keep up.
Oh, for sure.
And then there's David Tennant,
Oh, my gosh.
our beloved doctor,
I love him.
who takes on the role of Lord Tony Banningham,
Oh, wow.
the media mogul who's desperately trying to hold on to his empire. One review I read described him as a praying mantis.
Ah, interesting.
All sharp angles and calculating moves.
That's a good description.
He's got that classic 80s look down, Pat Brace's cigars,
Yeah.
that air of ruthless determination.
Yeah.
It's a side of Tennant we haven't seen before.
No, we haven't.
And he's absolutely nailing it.
I bet.
He's definitely not the hero in this story.
Right.
That's what makes him so interesting.
I agree.
He's willing to do whatever it takes to stay on top.
Mm-hmm.
And watching him navigate this world of alliances and betrayals is, well, thrilling.
It's a good time.
You find yourself almost rooting for him, even when you know he's probably up to no good.
Probably, yeah.
And let's not forget Aidan Turner,
Oh, yes.
who stepped away from his usual heartthrob roles to play Declan O'Hara,
Okay.
a serious, politically minded TV host lured away from the BBC.
Very interesting.
He's even sporting a real mustache for this role,
That's commitment.
which is a pretty big departure.
It is.
It's like he's shedding that old image
Right.
and embracing a whole new level of intensity.
Yeah.
And from what I've read,
Oh, tell me.
he really went deep
Okay.
into researching this character, studying TV presenters of that era to get the mannerisms
Oh, wow.
and the voice just right.
Wow.
I think viewers are going to be surprised by his performance
Yeah.
in the best way
I
possible.
think so, too.
It's that attention to detail,
Yes.
that commitment to authenticity
Uh-huh.
that really elevates this show.
Yeah, it does.
It's clear that everyone involved,
Mhm.
from the cast to the crew,
Yeah.
is passionate about bringing Jilly Cooper's world to life
Shows.
in a way that feels both true to the source material
Mhm.
and completely fresh.
So true.
Speaking of passion, I can't resist mentioning
What?
that Rivals doesn't shy away from the steamier side of things.
Oh, that's a little spicy.
Remember that opening scene on the Concorde?
Yes.
Pure Jilly Cooper, right?
Oh, yeah?
It sets the tone perfectly.
It is.
This is a world where desire and ambition collide.
Oh, my gosh.
And the sparks are about to fly.
So good.
That scene is a masterclass in tension building.
It is.
The luxurious setting, the lingering glances, the unspoken desires simmering beneath the surface.
Yeah.
It's like a slow burn that promises a whole lot of heat to come.
So much heat.
Exactly. It's not just about the physical attraction.
Right.
It's about the power dynamics at play.
Yeah.
The way these characters use their charm and their intelligence to get what they want.
Right.
Both in the boardroom and the bedroom.
Oh.
And let's be honest.
Okay.
There's a part of us that finds that irresistible.
Oh, yeah.
That sense of danger and excitement that comes with pushing the boundary.
Totally.
And speaking of pushing boundaries.
Oh.
Did you hear about the birdie song scene? Apparently they filmed it after a cast party at Jilly Cooper's house.
No way.
Talk about blurring the lines between fiction and reality.
That's wild.
It's like they were living the Rivals lifestyle, even off-set.
It's method acting, maybe.
I can only imagine the stories they must have from that night.
I know.
But it speaks to the kind of energy and camaraderie they had on this production.
I bet.
It's clear that they were having fun.
Yeah.
And that translates to the screen. You can feel the chemistry between the actors.
Oh, for sure.
The way they play off each other with this delicious mix of wit and seduction.
So good.
It's that sense of playfulness, that wink-wink to the audience that makes Rivals so addictive.
Yes.
It's smart. It's sexy.
It is.
And it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's like a guilty pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can't help but indulge in.
Right.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Rivals isn't just a fluffy escape. It's got layers. Underneath all that glamour and those steamy encounters, there's a sharp commentary on social dynamics.
Yeah.
The price of ambition.
Oh, interesting.
And the games people play to climb the ladder of success.
Makes you...
And it's not just the men who are playing the game.
Oh, no.
The women in Rivals are just as ambitious.
They are.
Just as cunning.
Yeah.
And just as willing to use their assets, whatever those may be.
Whatever those may be, yeah.
To get what they want.
Right.
Take Cameron Cook.
Okay.
The American producer brought in to shake things up at Carinium.
Interesting.
She's a force to be reckoned with. And she's not afraid to go head-to-head with the Old Boys Club.
Nope.
And then there's Lizzie Vereker.
Okay.
The novelist who gets swept up in this world of wealth and intrigue.
Yeah.
She's smart. She's observant. And she's got a way of seeing through people's facades.
I like her already.
I think viewers will really connect with her because she's navigating this complex social landscape.
Right.
Trying to figure out where she fits in and what she's willing to compromise for love, success, or maybe even a little bit of both.
Ah, the drama.
And let's not forget Taggy O'Hara, Declan's wife, who's struggling to find her own voice in this world dominated by powerful men.
Yeah.
And they're even more ambitious wives.
Well, for sure.
She's a bit of a wild card.
Interesting.
And her journey is one that I think will resonate with a lot of viewers.
I think so, too.
Absolutely. Rivals gives us these strong, complex female characters.
It does.
Who are making their own moves, playing the game on their own terms.
Yeah.
And that's something that feels incredibly relevant.
Yes.
Even empowering.
It is.
In today's world.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's refreshing to see a show that doesn't shy away from female ambition and Rivals really delivers on that front.
Yeah.
You know, these women are not just love interests or sidekicks.
Right.
They're driving forces in the narrative. Yeah. And that makes for some seriously compelling television.
It's like Jilly Cooper herself is whispering in our ears, reminding us that power isn't just a man's game.
Right.
Women can be just as ruthless, just as strategic, and just as captivating when it comes to chasing their desires.
And the show doesn't shy away from exploring all the different ways women wield power, you know, through seduction, intelligence, social maneuvering.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a fascinating dynamic that adds another layer of complexity to the already tangled relationships between these characters.
Oh, speaking of tangled relationships,
yeah,
we can't ignore the fact that Rivals is steeped in Jilly Cooper's signature blend of wit, social satire, and of course, steamy romance.
Yes.
It's a world where affairs are practically a sport.
Totally.
and everyone seems to be keeping secrets.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's got a secret.
It's that air of mystery, that sense that anything could happen that keeps you glued to the screen.
Right.
You're constantly wondering, who's going to betray whom?
Yeah.
Whose heart is going to be broken next?
Whose heart?
And whether anyone can truly find happiness in this whirlwind of passion and ambition.
Yeah.
It's like a delicious game of chess, but with much higher stakes.
For sure.
And let's be honest.
Okay.
There's something incredibly alluring about watching these characters navigate a world where desire trumps convention.
Yes.
And the rules are made to be broken.
They are.
One thing that struck me was how the show captures the essence of Jilly Cooper's writing. You know, it's not just about the plot.
It's not.
It's about the language, the humor.
Yeah.
The way she skewers the upper class with a wink and a nudge.
Oh, she does.
Those gloriously quotable lines, spreadsheets and bedsheets, boardrooms and bonking.
It's good.
They're pure Jilly Cooper gold.
They are.
And the show delivers them with perfect comedic timing.
It does.
It's that blend of wit and sensuality that makes it so addictive.
I agree.
You can't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. Even as you're getting swept away by the drama and the intrigue.
Right.
It's escapism at its finest.
Yes.
But it's also smart, sharp, and surprisingly insightful.
It is.
And the show doesn't shy away from the darker side of this world either.
Right.
There's a real sense of danger lurking beneath the surface.
Yeah.
A reminder that these games of power and seduction can have very real consequences.
For sure.
That's what makes it so compelling. It's not just a fluffy fantasy.
Yeah.
It's a world where actions have repercussions.
Right.
Where hearts get broken.
Yeah.
And where the pursuit of ambition can lead to some pretty devastating outcomes.
Oh, absolutely.
This brings us to the technical aspects, which I think are often overlooked in discussions about Rivals.
Oh, yeah.
The cinematography is stunning.
It is.
Capturing both the opulence of the estates
Yes.
and the grittier side of this world. And the music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the music.
The music.
It's a perfectly curated 80s soundtrack.
It is.
That sets the mood perfectly.
I love a good 80s soundtrack.
It's like stepping into a time capsule.
Yeah.
But in the best way possible.
Right.
You're immersed in the sights, the sounds, the energy of the 80s, and it adds a whole new level of enjoyment to the viewing experience.
It does.
But beyond the technical brilliance, what makes Rivals truly stand out is the way it manages to be both entertaining and thought-provoking.
Right.
It's a show that makes you think about the nature of desire, the complexities of power, and the choices we make in the pursuit of happiness.
Oh, that's deep.
It asks some pretty big questions without ever feeling preachy or heavy-handed.
It does.
It's like they found the perfect balance between escapism and social commentary, which is no easy feat.
It's not.
And one thing that surprised me is how Rivals resonates with a modern audience.
Yeah.
Even those who didn't live through the 80s.
Right.
These themes of ambition, rivalry, and the yearning for more, they're universal, timeless, and they speak to something deep within us.
They do.
It's like holding up a mirror to our own desires, our own struggles, and asking us to confront the choices we make in our own lives.
Right. And speaking of choices.
Oh, yeah.
Can we talk about that cliffhanger ending?
Oh, that ending.
I know.
It's like they set off a series of explosions.
Yeah.
And then just walked away.
Just left.
Leaving us to pick up the pieces.
Oh, my God.
We're left wondering.
Yeah.
Will Lord Tony survive the attack?
Oh, I don't know.
Will Rupert and Taggy succumb to their forbidden desires?
Ooh.
And what about Lizzie?
What about her?
Will she choose passion over security? Or will she stay trapped in a life that's slowly suffocating her?
Such a good question.
It's brilliant storytelling.
It is.
Because it forces us to confront the consequences of these characters' actions.
Right.
You know, they've made their choices, and now they have to deal with the fallout.
Right.
And it's not just about the drama. It's about the emotional weight of those choices.
Yeah.
These are characters who are grappling with real dilemmas, real desires.
Yeah.
And their journeys are both relatable
and
incredibly captivating.
They are. It's that blend of escapism and emotional depth that makes Rivals such a compelling watch.
It does.
You're invested in the drama.
Yeah.
You're rooting for these characters, even when you know they're making questionable decisions.
Oh, yeah. And let's be honest.
Okay.
A little bit of scandal never hurt anyone.
Yeah, a little bit.
Especially when it's delivered with such wit and style.
Especially, one thing I find fascinating is how the show uses those cliffhangers to make us think about the choices these characters made.
Right.
And where those choices ultimately led them.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that actions have consequences.
Yeah.
Especially in a world as cutthroat as the one Rivals depicts.
And it makes you wonder if they had a chance to do it all over again, would they make different choices?
Would they?
Would they be willing to sacrifice love, loyalty, even their own integrity for a shot at the top?
That's the question, isn't it?
This brings me to something I've been pondering.
Oh, what is it?
Why do you think Rivals chose to adapt the second book in the Rutger Chronicles and not the first?
That's a great question. Maybe they felt that Rivals offered like a more immediate entry point into this world.
Yeah.
With its focus on the high-stakes drama of the television industry.
It's true that the setting is incredibly compelling.
It is.
The show does a fantastic job of bringing that world to life.
Yeah.
With all its glamour and cutthroat competition.
But it's also possible that they saw something in the themes of Rivals that resonated particularly strongly with today's audiences. Yeah. You know, the desire for power, the struggle for recognition, the blurred lines between ambition and morality.
Yeah.
These are all incredibly relevant topics even decades after the book was first published.
Oh, absolutely.
And we can't forget the timeless appeal of a good love triangle. Or, in this case, a love quadrangle.
Or a pentagon.
Pentagon.
Jilly Cooper certainly knows how to keep us on the edge of our seats.
She does.
With those tangled romantic relationships.
For her.
Speaking of tangled relationships.
Okay.
I have to ask.
Yeah.
What are your predictions for season 2?
Oh.
Do you think they'll stick closely to the events of the next book in the series? Or will they branch out and explore new territory?
Well, considering how they've already deviated slightly from the source material in season 1, I wouldn't be surprised if they took some creative liberties in season 2 as well.
Right. It would be interesting to see them weave in elements from other books in the Rutger Chronicles.
Yeah.
Perhaps even introducing some fan-favorite characters who haven't appeared yet.
Oh, that'd be fun. Imagine the possibilities. We could see Ricky France Lynch from Polo making an appearance.
Oh, yeah.
Shaking things up with his unpredictable charm.
Oh.
And undeniable charisma.
Oh, the drama.
The drama.
Scandals.
It would be television gold.
It would. But even if they choose to focus primarily on the existing characters, there's still so much potential for captivating storylines.
There is.
Will Lord Tony recover from the attack and seek revenge on his enemies?
Yeah.
Will Rupert and Taggy's romance defy social conventions and blossom into something real? Will Lizzie finally find the courage to choose her own happiness?
Yeah.
Even if it means leaving her comfortable life behind?
I don't know.
These are all questions that I, for one, am dying to have answered.
Me too. And that's the mark of a truly great show, isn't it? It leaves you wanting more, eager to see what twists and turns await these characters in the next chapter of their lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've dissected the plot.
We have.
Analyzed the characters. And even speculated about the future of Rivals.
We did.
But before we wrap up,
okay,
I want to touch on one final point.
Yeah.
That I think is crucial to understanding the show's enduring appeal.
Okay.
And it's the humor.
Oh, yeah, the humor.
Rivals is undeniably a drama.
It is.
Filled with intense power struggles and scandalous affairs.
Right.
But it's also incredibly funny.
It is. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jilly Cooper's wit shines through in every episode.
It does.
Whether it's a sharp one-liner delivered with perfect timing or a hilariously awkward situation that arises from these characters' often outrageous behavior.
Oh, totally. It's that humor that keeps the show from feeling too heavy or melodramatic.
Right.
It's a reminder that even in the midst of all the chaos and drama, life can be absurd, funny, and even a little bit ridiculous.
It can, and it's that ability to find humor in the darkest of situations that makes Rivals such a delightful escape. You know, it's a show that allows us to laugh at the absurdity of it all, to embrace the messy complexities of human nature, and to revel in the sheer entertainment value of a well-crafted story.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Rivals is a show that manages to balance drama, humor, and social commentary.
It does.
In a way that's both entertaining and thought-provoking.
Yeah, it's really well done. It's a reminder that even in a world obsessed with power and status, there's still room for laughter, connection, and maybe even a little bit of redemption.
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
I agree. We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
And I hope our listeners have gained a deeper appreciation for the brilliance of Rivals.
But you know what?
What?
Even after all this discussion, there's still one question lingering in my mind.
Oh, okay. Tell me.
We've talked about why audiences are drawn to this world of wealth, glamour, and intrigue. But I'm curious. What is it about the character of Rupert Campbell-Black that makes him such a captivating figure? He's charming, yes, but he's also ruthless, ambitious, and often morally ambiguous.
He is.
So what is it about him that keeps viewers hooked?
That's a great question. Perhaps it's his unapologetic pursuit of what he wants. He doesn't shy away from his desires, whether they're for power, love, or simply the thrill of the chase.
He's a force of nature, isn't he?
He is.
He disrupts the status quo and challenges those around him to confront their own desires and ambitions. He's a catalyst for change.
He is.
Even if that change is often accompanied by chaos and disruption.
Yes. And maybe, just maybe, there's a part of us that envies his freedom. His ability to live life on his own terms, unbound by the constraints of convention.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perhaps Rupert represents something aspirational. Even if his methods are often questionable. There's a part of him that seems to exist outside the rules. And that can be incredibly alluring.
It can.
Especially in a world that often feels so restrictive.
Absolutely. He embodies that fantasy of living life on your own terms. Of not caring what other people think. And in a way, that's incredibly liberating.
It is.
Even if it comes at a price.
Right, and that's the key, isn't it? Rivals doesn't shy away from showing the consequences of Rupert's actions.
That's true.
Both for himself and for those around him. It's a reminder that freedom without responsibility can be dangerous.
For sure.
Even destructive.
Precisely. He's a fascinating character study.
He is.
And the show does a brilliant job of exploring those gray areas of morality. You know, those moments where we're tempted to cross the line, even if we know it might lead to trouble.
Right, and that brings us back to why this show is so captivating. It's not just about the escapism, the glamorous settings, or the steamy encounters.
It's not.
It's about exploring those universal human desires for power, for love, for freedom, and the complexities that arise. When we try to navigate those desires in a world that's constantly pushing us to conform.
It's so true.
It's a reminder that we're all capable of both great and terrible things, and that the choices we make have a ripple effect on the world around us.
They do.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From the captivating characters and intricate plot lines to the behind-the-scenes magic. And the show's unexpected depth. But before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought.
And listen.
We've talked about the allure of Rupert, the ambition of the women, the
the
seductive power dynamics. But ultimately, what is it about Rivals that keeps you coming back for more? Is it the escapism?
Is it?
The nostalgia?
I don't know.
The sheer entertainment value?
Or is it something deeper, a reflection of our own desires? A reminder that beneath the surface, we're all striving for something more, whether it's love, success, or the freedom to be our true selves.
That's the beauty of Rivals, isn't it? It gives us a glimpse into a world that's both familiar and fantastical. A world that allows us to explore the complexities of human nature without having to face the real-life consequences.
Exactly.
So, to our listeners, we encourage you to dive into this captivating world and form your own conclusions.
Please do.
Embrace the glamour. Savor the drama. And let the characters' journeys spark your own reflections on ambition, desire, and the pursuit of happiness.
That's right.
And who knows? You might even find a bit of yourself reflected in the characters' flaws. And
we all have them.
And if you're left with any burning questions, feel free to submit them to the show.
We would love to hear from you.
We'd love to hear your thoughts and maybe even feature your questions in future episodes.
Yes.
Until then.
Yeah.
Happy watching.
Happy watching.
And remember.
Yes.
In the world of rivals, the game is always on.
Always.